Hey, here we are, Guntersville, Alabama, for another tackle shop tour here at Guntersville Tackle and Outdoors GTO, baby. Just south of the Browns Creek Causeway, the famous Browns Creek, on the famous Guntersville. Great tackle shop. Let's go check it out. All right, here we are walking into the door. You can already see a lot of tackle, a lot of stuff going on. Come on, let's go ahead and check out the soft plastics first. First thing I see, come on in here. First thing I see is that this is an unbelievably organized tackle shop. Above each of the baits has the name, and they're categorized by the shape. I love this. I can't tell you how much I love this. This is so awesome. Look, you got Fat Albert twin tail grubs, Fat Albert grubs, the Mag Super Fluke, the Super Fluke, just going right down the line. So of course, as you can see on this whole outer back wall, they got a ton of Zoom products, everything you want. All, you know, horny toads, finesse worms, mag trick worms, and then you know, over here on this side you got a bunch of Strike King Rage tails. You got all the Minnow Scrubs, Rage Craws, the Space Monkey, the Smoking Rooster. I thought that was a different bait. Got the Cutter Worm. Got a bunch of all the Rage stuff right there. And again, on this outer wall, you got all the Zoom stuff. Look, got a couple. They got the Mag Trick Worm and Killer Dawn. That's kind of a different color. I have not seen that bait in that color yet. Yeah, Tilapia, white. That's all in the mag. And then you come right through here. Come around. They got more Zoom. Down through here, I mean, you can just see across the top, but then come around here, you got the business in. This is probably the most organized missile bait section I've ever seen. They've got baby D-bombs, you got all the 25 counts down there. You got your destroyers. I mean, you got all of them labeled, and as you can see, a number of empty pegs. They're selling. Fish are biting here at Guntersville, as they often do, and they're rolling through the soft plastics. You got a few Reaction Innovation products. You got some Tight Lines UV, more Zoom. You got your bunch of Z Craws, brush hogs, baby brush hogs, little critter craws, all that kind of stuff. And then you got, of course, you're going to have a good Yamamoto section here, especially in the springtime. A lot of people throw the stick baits. You got to have your Senkos. You got your Zikos for the chatterbaits. You got basically a Yum Dinger section here. They got 5, 6, and even the 7, the big dingers down there. You want to catch some big fish here at Guntersville, you got to use the big dingers. And then they got more Zoom. Again, all color coordinated, very awesome. You go over here, you got your Castaves. You don't see these in a ton of tackle shops, but here they got these Jerky J's. They use those on those big the big vibrating jig heads. You got those right there. You got a few robo worms. You got some of the Ned stuff. I'm sure they're catching them on Ned rig here. You got Z-Man, some Z-Man, some Jackal soft plastic, so that's good. You got a few Strike King tubes, a little Mr. Twister section. You know, people can drop old school on them. They go to the Mr. Twister. So they've got that there, and then you got a good selection of net bait. You know, net bait's a Alabama-based company. They were formed here. And there's a lot of die-hard Ned bait fishermen in here fishing the Paca Craw. All those. They got some good colors, and they got some good baits in all that net bait right there. And then you got some spinner baits as well. I mean, when them shad are spawning, they're just kind of on the tail end of that. Probably over right now here this time of year. But man, when them shad are spawning, you better be having you a spinner bait. And they got hog collar, of course, one of my favorites. You got some Strike King, the War Eagle. Then you got a bunch of Booyah, got some Stanley as well, got a few custom, got a Mean Mouth, got some of the local stuff as well. More Zoom, get your 6-inch lizards all the way around here. All your Zoom stuff. Got some big bite baits here as well. Some other accessories. Got some of those little spinner rigs. more of your bait accessories right here. Come on in here to this other section. Now this looks like more of the hard baits. So what we're gonna do is, you can see they got a good Rapala selection of DT10s, DT14s, DT16s, shad wraps, all that kind of stuff. There's more Rapala on the back side, and then back there on that back wall, that's the Profound wall, is what it looks like. You got all your Z bosses down there. That thing's been hot for throwing on ledges. You got some of the Z shakers and some of their other baits and the clone soft plastics. So they do have some Profound as well. They got some of the lose combos right there, those crush combos. Those were popular with people just stepping in, want a decent little combo. I got a little Livingston lure section. Of course, you're gonna have your mega bass section. You got some of these big katanas, big jerk baits. You got your 110s. Been beat up pretty hard on the dark sleepers, and then you got some of the Jinko crankbaits here as well. Some of the mega bass soft plastics, some of the Pompadour. You got your Jackal soft plastics. You got that chop cut. You got some of the risers. Got all the new stuff from Jackal. Got some of the BD series baits there. Got some spooks. Got some of the old school pop-Rs. You can't get away from that. And then you got a big selection, a real good selection of whopper ploppers. You know, they got the big boys, they got the 110s, they got the little 75s over there, and they got the little 70s. Man, they got, and then they got some of their other top water baits. You got the Ish Monroe Biggie crankbaits. Got that Biggie crankbait. It's a little shad looking color. Woo. Looks good. That bait swims more than most square bills. Pivot more. That one swims more. It's a little different look. But just looking through the rods right here, they've got a lot of Shimano. They've got some Loomis rods up here. They've got some Duckett rods back there. They got some Fitzgerald rods. So we're just taking a little quick look. Some of the rods, more of the new Duckett rods. They got the green ones here. And then, of course, like every good tackle shop, when you walk in the door, you got the new stuff. You got a bunch of Strike King Thunder Crickets. That is good. They got this little Jackal bait called the Chubble. It's got like a little square bill on it. And they call it a crankbait, but it looks like a jerk bait. So I've never seen that before in my life until I walked in here. So that's awesome. They got the new Beat Down by Zoom. They got the big Mega Bass crankbait on there. I know Mr. Zaldane likes to throw that thing, which is them big old lips. So we're just gonna look down this aisle here. Got a bunch of rattle traps. If you're in the spring, you better be having one of them tied on. And you got some other Bill Lewis baits. You got some Booyah, that hard knocker, the one knockers, and then of course you got your Strike King red eye shads. A big selection of those. You got some Spro. Got some Spro Ruku shads down here. That's the lipless section right there. And then you got a good little selection of jackhammers, different sizes. Got some of the bigger, heavier sizes for fishing out deeper on them ledges as well. Got some more of the homemade kind of vibrating jigs in there, and then a bunch more Z-Mans of those. But those jerky J's that I was talking about, that's what they put them on, big deals like that, big vibrating jigs. And then on this other side over here, you got all your hair jigs. Over here, you got a different little hair jig section that can be a player on ledge tournaments and on ledges. And then you got a bunch of jigs, and most of the jigs, these are all handmade. Bo's grass jig, Poppy's jigs. These are more local jigs. They're not national. You're not gonna see those in Bass Pro Shops and places like that. I think that's cool in tackle shops. You got D&L, which is also a local, relatively, it's a regional tackle company. They sell a lot of jigs though. You got your Talon jigs. That's a little bit bigger. You got the Billy Mack series, boy Billy McEgrin. And then you got your Muscle Crawler. That's local football. So I like the local jig flavor because you get the local colors. And then you got right here you got the Ledge Hog. You got a couple different sizes in this thing. This thing's pretty wild. You throw it out there, it sinks to the bottom like a rock, and then when you pull on it, it's just like a giant blade bait. It vibrates real hard and then sinks down. It can turn on some schools. Got a few of the bank sticks. Those are the new Z-Mans. And then you roll down through here, and you got swim bait heads all down through here. You got some more local stuff. You got some of the Gamakatsu ones. I really like these. They don't have huge hooks in them, so for the smaller, medium-sized baits, they're great. You get some of the bigger heads here. I didn't say Randy Howe's head was big, but he's on the package that has the bigger jig heads in it. So that's what I was talking about. I didn't say you had a big head, Randy. I didn't say that. And then you got the Revenge heads. Of course, they got all the different size hooks there. Those are also real good. And then you transition into the Trokar hooks, Gamakatsu hooks. I mean, look how organized this is. This is beautiful. I love it. And then you got your terminal stuff over here. You got your tackle, Pro Tungsten. and all your other little accessories that you need. You got your underspins, things like that. You get some of your buzz baits and big bite stuff. More of your buzz baits down through here. Down here at the end, you got old prototype lures. Buddy Shannon, that's his deal. It's knocks on the head like old school style. It's good. They get some more beast hooks, owner stuff right here. You got some of these local made jig heads right up
Same
here.
thing you're doing, I got a feeling.
And then this is all swim baits down through here. Nothing but swim baits. Got a lot of contacts. Got some BD. You got some money minnows. Got some rhythm waves. Rage swimmers, spark shad. You got all of them you need. They've been beat up pretty hard on the bass tricks, is what it looks like. Got some lake fork as well. And then this company called True Bass. They make some good looking little baits, some little hand pour stuff, and then swim baits all on this side as well. You got some of your Zoom, Strike King, big bite baits, more Strike King, net bait. Get the dinner minnow. That's kind of a funny name. I like that, dinner minnow. And then you got some of your Alabama rig stuff, so underspins, and then you got the wobble heads. So that's pretty amazing. As far as reels go, they've got a lot of Shimano reels in here. They got all these baits getting ready to put out. I mean, they put out stuff every day because they got so many people coming through here fishing that they've got. And then they've got all the reels out here. Mostly Shimano. Got some blues, I believe, over there as well. But this side over here used to have nothing but guns and bows and all that kind of stuff in it. They're transitioning all of this over to tackle. So the guns are out, the hunting's out, more fishing coming in. That's what I like. I like more fishing products in the store. So they're gonna transition this to more of the hard baits. They're in the middle of doing that right here on this aisle. And in this aisle, you see they've already got up a bunch of the frogs. These are all kind of toads and frogs right down through here. I mean, they got the you can see the tons of Spro, snag proof, and then they've got the boom boom frog and the lunker hunt, all that kind of stuff as well. All the frogs you want. And then they got the spoon section already set up right here. Of course, they got a good selection of nickel spoons. Got some sexy spoons, and then some of the Talon flutter spoons. So they got that, and then crappie fishing all through here. On this other side, they've got fishing line. Basically all your major brands. Of course, they got some Sunline down there, and they've got Shooter as well. Shooter is like my favorite for all your slow techniques. And then got a big Costa display right there, very good looking. And then they got their own Guntersville tackle, GTO. GTO is where we are in Guntersville tackle. But I tell you, if you're down here at Guntersville, you gotta roll through the GTO, man. Just south of the Browns Creek Causeway, extremely organized. I can't wait to see this new section finish. So I'm gonna have to, next time I come back in town, I'm gonna have to come check this out and see exactly what this ends up looking like, because it is such an organized tackle shop. I love it. You can find exactly what you're looking for. So if I'm Paul or anybody here at GTO, you won't be disappointed.